Shalom, friends. I'm so glad you're with me. And to all of you who are here live and all of you who are listening on the recorded version of this, on the podcast, I'm glad to be with you this afternoon. You know, we receive gifts in sometimes very special ways, especially gifts of beauty and wisdom. And today I want to share with you an unexpected quotation that I ran across today and recognized as special, not only because I thought it was interesting wisdom, but because I saw something of our Jewish tradition in this wisdom as well. The quote is actually from Maya Angelou. No, she's not Jewish, and her quote may seem very far off topic, but here's what she says. We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. The changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. Now, you might imagine that this quotation celebrates the fact that this lowly caterpillar can become the magnificent butterfly. But in fact, this quotation is also reminding us that as we progress through life, we go through the ugly parts, the difficult parts, the slow parts, before we too emerge changed and able to fly. That's the nature of life. And you know, our Jewish tradition actually celebrates that same thing. You see, we have a number of teachings in Judaism, a number of teachings about change and about adapting to life that help to support us through all the things that come at us right and left throughout our lifetimes. A very famous Jewish saying is Mishaneh Makom Mishaneh Mazal. The saying is, change your place, change your luck. Now, you might think that means that a person who is in bad luck might have to get up and move to a new city or a new location, but really that's not what it means. What it really means is that if we feel stuck in a place, then maybe we need to make a change. A story is told in the Talmud of a rabbi who complained of his bad fortune, and the advice he was given was to move the location of his bed, simply move his bed. Now, this is, of course, a symbolic story. He moved his bed, his luck improved, and he found out that the floor beneath where he had been sleeping had rotted out and was going to cause him greater harm anyway. So he changed and had better fortune. There are other teachings as well. For example, we know that on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we commit ourselves to doing things differently, to breaking out of old habits, to somehow saying, I'm going to let go of what was, and I'm going to embrace what will be. There's another interesting Jewish tradition regarding change. Maybe some of you are aware of this. In Jewish folklore, there's a tradition that for one who is very ill, changing their name is one of the paths to healing. Now, there is certainly superstitious elements to that practice. But I think adding a name, adding an appellation, adding a way of thinking about oneself might help change the way that we think about how things are going. And I think it's a metaphor as well. How are we going to frame the situation that is in our lives? How are we going to frame it so that we see not the caterpillar that is crawling in front of us, but we see the potential of the butterfly that is going to take flight and that is going to be at the end of this situation, regardless of what it is we are dealing with, what it is, where we are, and what it is we need. Judaism wants to support us in that. It has all these traditions regarding change and reminds us, by the way, that change is also inevitable, that just as Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur come each and every year without fail, we each and every year will need to recommit ourselves to whatever it is that we see in ourselves that can help us become that butterfly taking flight. We end with our mourner's kaddish as we normally do, and I invite you to join me if you would like. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabam. V'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam le'amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yidadar v'yidale v'yidalal shemei d'kudisha barichu. Ye'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlomo rabba v'yishamaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. And especially in days of war and conflict, let us remind ourselves that we're praying here for peace. Peace for us, peace for the entire world. And for that, we say, Amen. Thank you all for being with me, and we'll see you all next week for another.
Thank you.
Have a good evening, everybody.